Never done one by myself before. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about DORMS housing registration, and I'm here solo because Kara doesn't live here and I wanted to get this up as soon as possible for all you that are going to be doing the DORMS paperwork so you know what to expect and how to do it and have an easy registration process. It's December 30th right now and I don't check in until January 12th, so it was more than 10 days prior. Look out for the email every single day when it starts getting close to your check-in date. Around 1:38 today, Kara sent out a message to all our roommates saying that she got her paperwork, and quickly all my other roommates started saying they got theirs as well, so it was go time. So I volunteered to do all the paperwork since I was just curious as to what it was all about and how to do it, so I quickly said that I would do it and I got started. The initial email that you get goes on and it's really long and it explains the whole housing process. It tells you how many participants you can link up to, and while you may think that you can link up to 7, my email said only 5, so that's something to be cautious about with your roommates. Decide backup plans just in case you have 8 and it only lets you link with 3 or 5 or something like that. Just always have backup plans with your roommates. We lucked out. We've always wanted a group of 6. It worked out for us. Another thing that the email talks about is that you have to, if you want to opt out, you have to do it before arrival date. You can't get there and then decide that you don't want to and leave housing. Once you're there, you're in housing and you can't leave it. So once you decide who the leader is, you have to have everybody else send you their roommate IDs. They're just an 8-number code that everyone gets when they get the DORMS email, and you haven't seen this code before, so don't try to do a different code. It's the one in the email. It says your roommate number is. After that, you log into dorms.disney.com/login. To do the DORMS paperwork, it is suggested that you use Chrome as your browser. Firefox, Safari, and Internet Explorer are supported, so that's what's different about the new hire paperwork, is that you can use Chrome, which is good for a lot of people because that's what they use. And then it didn't say anything about using a Mac versus a PC. I used a PC, it did fine. I'm sure a Mac would be fine too. There's nothing really touchy in it that wouldn't work, like the Adobe. It's all pretty much on screen. You just can't do it on your phone. And when you get there, you have to, if you haven't registered on it yet, which I think education people have, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not taking any classes, so I don't have to worry about that. You have to retrieve your password, wait till you get the email that has your password in it, and then you can log in. Very important that one person does this and only one person logs in initially out of your group of roommates, or else it messes the whole thing up. So everyone else has to wait until the first person's done, and then they can log in and finish their housing request. Okay, so once you log in, if you didn't register for any classes, you first have to go through that and say that you don't want any classes, what you might be interested in, if they had some seminars or something. I don't know, I looked over it quickly because I wanted to get the roommate stuff done, but yeah, you have to do that first before you can do DORMS. And then you go on to doing DORMS. The first thing that pops up is just personal information that you need to confirm and fill out, like your birthday, your emergency contact, and all that. This is the time where it asks you if you want to opt out of Disney housing, if you need special housing for any kind of medical need, if you want a married housing request, if you're over 21, if you want to be in wellness, and then if you're bringing a vehicle. And if you are bringing a vehicle, you have to know the license plate number of your car, the make, the model, the year, the color, and also your license number that's on your actual license. So you fill all that out, fill out the car stuff if you're bringing a car, and then you go on to sign a bunch of different papers, just electronically initial them, click the box that you understand, and then put your birth date. These forms include a community codes form, a payroll form, an alcohol policy form, and a vehicle agreement form. And then after that is the exciting part where you get to put in your roommate preferences and your apartment preferences. It'll ask you if you want to be adventurous or if you have specific requests. I had specific requests, so I clicked that. And if you just hit adventurous, you just get random roommates, and I'm assuming you just move on. First things first is that they have to be the same gender, and they have to have the same departure date and arrive within the work week. So between Sunday and Saturday. So people arriving on one Monday and the next Monday cannot room together, which was something that caused a lot of confusion for people this season because they changed it but they weren't specific, and it broke up a lot of housing situations. Okay, so then once you get to the roommate preference page, it'll show how many people you can link up with. It'll be anywhere from 1 to 7 depending on availability. So really plan ahead with your roommates, have backup plans because you might need them. I was only allowed to link up with 5, like I said earlier, so that worked out good for me and my roommates. So once you get to that page, you put in their roommate IDs in a blank and then hit validate, and their name will pop up just to make sure that that's their number and you didn't make a typo or anything. So once you do that and you hit submit, then all your roommates will get an email saying that you linked with them and that to confirm that that's what they want. So don't try to link with people that didn't want it because they will find out, I guess. So then I was getting messages from my roommate saying, I got the email. So it's good to keep in contact during this whole process to make sure everything's going smoothly. And then they definitely stress the entire time that these are just preferences and they cannot guarantee what you're going to get. So just be aware that this might not be what you end up getting. Okay, and then it goes down to housing preferences. And from here, you rate the apartments and what you want from highest to lowest. Again, they try to meet your preference, but it's not guaranteed. It is possible that none of the preferences will be available, which really stinks, so be prepared for that as well. So then you rank them based on the amount of people you put in. So what we had was 6 people, so we got to rank 2-bedroom, triple occupancy rooms, 3 bedrooms, and 4 bedrooms. So it'll list all the ones that go with the amount of roommates that you got, and you move them up or down based on what you want. And then for those of you that don't know, the triple occupancy has a bunk bed and a regular bed in the room. So that's something to think about if you want a bunk bed or not. It is a lot cheaper than the double rooms just because it's inconvenient and there's a lot of people in there, but that is something that you should think about and talk with your roommates. Okay, so once you're done submitting that, you get an onboarding pass for check-in, which you have to print out and bring to check-in, but you don't have to print it right then. If you don't have access to a printer at the time, you can always go back to it and print it later. Okay, and then for 72 hours you have the opportunity to go back and change what you've already put in the system. So if you made a mistake or you're not happy with them or something happens, I don't know, within 72 hours you can go back and change it. Then you also have 3 days to do the dorms paperwork. My window was December 30th, noon Eastern time, to January 2nd, 1 o'clock Eastern time. So do it as soon as you can. Just you can get it done with. You don't have to worry about it once it's done, and you can just move on and keep getting excited for the program. And then another thing is if you break your link with one of your roommates, you can't link up again, so be careful. Okay, so I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I don't think I left anything out, but if I did, I'll be happy to answer your questions. Good luck to all of you that are going to fill out your dorms. I hope you get what you want. And subscribe for more Disney College Program vlogs and advice vlogs for the program and daily vlogs and just everything. I leave so soon and I'm so excited. All my roommates are getting so excited and it's just gonna be a really great time. So subscribe, like, comment, ask your questions, whatever you want to do, and I will see you for another video very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. And then change.